Shalom, shalom, and good morning, everybody. Dark Pokey Scar here. Just waking up, drinking a little bit of coffee. So last night I told you guys I would fill you in on what I was doing with everything. Full transparency here on the Pokemon business. 2024. So I last night had a wild idea to download some AI apps, some different AI apps. And like I told you guys, I have nothing right now. So I downloaded 5 different AI apps. I don't think any of them are free yet. I've only opened the first one. I can get the names later if you guys are interested in that. Let me know in the comments. But I was able to download this AI app, open it, and get a free 3-day trial with the AI app. And so the first question that I asked the AI, I said, hey, can you give me 20 ideas for a successful Pokemon business in 2024? And it, boom, instantly, certainly, I would love to. Boom, I got 20 different ideas. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to know about any of those. And then the second question I asked was, how can I earn? And I know this is kind of above and beyond, but it's the modern world, right, guys? We kind of got to be a little outlandish sometimes. So I said, how can I give me 20 ways that I can make $10,000, okay, in 1 month in order to be able to invest that into my Pokemon business. And you know, the robo AI being system thing, whatever you want to call it. People have mixed thoughts and feelings about those things. But basically the AI told me that's challenging, right? 10 grand in a month is difficult. But what they alluded to was that being very focused and dedicated on multiple streams of income simultaneously was the way to do that. And so I got 20 different ways to kind of go ahead and start doing that as well. And also, guys, just let me know in the comments if you guys are even interested in any of the stuff I'm talking about here. And finally, okay, I'm notorious for this one, guys. I said, can you write me a book? Can AI, will you write me a book about how to have a successful Pokemon business in 2024? And, you know, I'm doing this all for free, guys, because it's a 3-day free trial, and then you subscribe. And then so I'm planning on unsubscribing because I don't have any money to put into it yet, right? I start my dishwashing job on Friday, okay, and it's Sunday, January 7th. So I have a few days, about 5 days before I start actually working, getting some income, aside from my business, to actually be able to get this business rolling. Like I said in my previous video, I don't know if I mentioned the actual number, but I have 171 Pokemon cards, most of which are common and uncommon, guys. But I'm into TCG, I'm into the card game, and like I said, I'm 30 years old, so I was playing Pokemon when I was a kid, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. We used to go to the bookstore here in Colorado Springs called Borders, and we would have tournaments there, and it was a blast, guys. We're talking, it's in the 90s, early 2000s, first base set, you know, that's what we were battling with back there. And I can tell you guys, like, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with this and understand this, a lot of you guys around my age, maybe older, maybe some younger, that Pokemon has gotten better over time. Like, don't get me wrong, like some of the game graphics, like I would say starting with maybe like X and Y, got a little underdeveloped is what I'll say, and it's honest, and that's true compared to what I grew up with. I think the original 151 are just awesome Pokemon. I'm very fond of a lot of the second gen. And you know, moving forward, I saw like maybe less calculated design. I know if you guys are familiar with the whatever game or app that is where you can combine two Pokemon into a new Pokemon, now we're talking. You know what I'm saying? Now we're talking. That, to me, is getting closer and closer to what we're all going for here with this whole Pokemon thing. So I hope, Pokemon Company, if you're listening, I hope you guys really take into consideration that we love awesome Pokemon sprites, and like the little pixelated edges, like like, don't feel like you guys need to leave that in the past, because that stuff is awesome. We love, me personally, I know my friends as well, we love a little pixelated edge, as long as it's an awesome Pokemon. So, um, what I did was, moving back to the story, is I asked the AI to write me a book about how to have a successful Pokemon business in 2024. The AI said, I'm just a text oriented prompt system, something to that effect. It said, I'm not going to write you a whole book, but here's an outline, okay? I can do an overview of that, you guys, but honestly, this is my plan. So I am going to read the outline, which I already did, and then, so that the AI gave me 11 chapters with like 3 bullet points per chapter, except on the final conclusion chapter, there's 2 bullet points. And so then it took me like 2.5 hours, guys, with the AI. So I've written books before with AI, and you can write a book in 30 seconds. If you get the right AI app, it'll just write the book for you. You give it you just detailed prompt, things like that. But what I did is I went through each individual chapter and every single bullet point, and I rephrased every single bullet point into a question. And so I said, hey, yada, 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 blah, 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 over and over and over again. And so I got a very detailed, we'll call it not short, book about how to become a successful Pokemon entrepreneur in 2024, how to have a successful legal Pokemon card business in 2024 that will profit and will grow and will actually turn into collaborations with other businesses, with influencers, with other Pokemon trainers and entrepreneurs, you name it. And so it's really awesome, guys. So today my plan is to actually read that book, okay? And then put into practice everything that the AI has told me. And then here's the deal. So one of my buddies at church let me know. He's like, oh, so like if you're writing books with AI apps, you can't copyright them. Sure, the AI wrote it. Right. No issue there. But what I'm planning on doing, you guys, is I'm going to read the book and read the outline and kind of rephrase everything in my own words, okay? My own words as a sovereign individual being here on planet Earth in 2024. Yes, Doc Pokescar. Yes, it's me. And so that's what I'm going to do. And then that way, you guys, I will be able to make that available for you. I think I'm going to have an ebook. We'll see about what the cost would be to actually publish some hard copies for you guys. Probably a little bit more expensive for the hard copy. But if you guys want the ebook, I'm going to make it available for very cheap, very affordable, just to kind of get some capital to invest into some Pokemon trading cards, some Pokemon merchandise, all that stuff, guys, because I'm honestly here as a 30-year-old. So I was born in 1993. So when I was 6 years old, it was 1999 when Base Set 1 was released. And Pokemon, as you guys know, is marketed for ages 6 and up. So I was literally like, bam, perfect age, perfect timing. It was awesome. My brother was 3 years older than me. So this man had multiple holographic Base Set Charizards. I think I've mentioned that in my last videos, my first video possibly. But yeah, my older brother Keith had an amazing collection of Pokemon cards, and it's actually a big reason of why I got into it. I'm adopted, and so when I was like 7 or 8, my birth mom had found a Game Boy Color with the Pokemon trading card game in it. I don't know if any of you have played that game. It's awesome. And she tried to find the owner of the Game Boy to no avail. She was not able to find the owner of the Game Boy. She went into the place where she found it, talked to as many people as she could. Nobody claimed the Game Boy. So on like my 7th or 8th, maybe 9th, I'm going to say like 7th or 8th birthday, she gave me that Game Boy Color with the Pokemon trading card game. And I was, boom, instantly hooked. That was my introduction to digital Pokemon, was through the digital Pokemon trading card game. And I played it all the time. I have memories, like even now, of like battling like in Misty's gym and stuff. And it was like set up like kind of how the games are set up today, but it was like you're like, instead of like battling like with Pokemon and attacks and like hit points and experience, you were like deck battling with another trainer's deck, and it was just like every trainer just had a deck, and it was like really, really cool. So that is kind of how I got started. But my plan today is to read the book, rephrase the entire thing. This could take me like 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? I want to make it good and thorough for you guys. And I want to research some of the information a little bit more, probably put some pictures with it. We'll see. That may or may not happen. But, yeah, so that way I will actually be able to monetize this book. Otherwise, maybe after I monetize the book, like I can probably share some of the outlines or some of the chapters with you guys. I'm thinking about this is a wild idea I've had, and let me know what you guys think. I'm thinking about maybe making an OnlyFans for business content only. I think undressing for money is completely inappropriate, you guys. I don't think that that's a good use of your time here on earth. I think that stuff like that, though it may seem like quick and easy money, is actually going to hurt you a lot in the long term. From my experience, what I've seen with my friends. And so I'm not sure if I even want to associate with OnlyFans as a business entrepreneur at all. Okay, but I do, in the back of my mind, have thoughts about purely starting an appropriate business-minded OnlyFans, where you guys would be able to subscribe to my stuff there, and I could read the outline for you guys. I could read like in depth every little step that I did with the AI. That way I'm not giving too much away for free in a world that's just demanding money for rent, demanding money for car payments, car insurance, for gasoline, which is really expensive. Groceries are going up and up and up in prices, you guys. Clothes aren't cheap. Nothing's cheap these days, okay? And so that's the world we live in. It's unfortunate. I wish things were different because the earth provides for us for free. We live in an amazing system that really, until people started saying, this is mine, no, it's mine. It's not yours. It's mine. It's mine. Like, that's why, like, all you guys younger than me, anybody 30 years old and younger, my birthday is in November 10th, 1993. So any of you guys younger than me, you guys know, like, we live in a very fast-paced, demanding world. And that would be the only reason why, if it's a big if, I do end up starting an OnlyFans, and then you would be able to subscribe to that, and I would have like really selective, catered, curated, that's the word I was looking for, information on the Pokemon TCG, just the Pokemon world, like the details of my business. So you would be able to subscribe for a small premium per month, and then you would get information about my business that I will not be sharing, at least at the level of detail that I will be on that. So the only reason I'm kind of against that is because I know that there's a lot of inappropriate stuff on that website. And so as a business-minded like entrepreneur, I don't want to put people in a position where they're tempted, okay, for one, to do things that I really don't believe it's moral to be taking your clothes off for money. I don't have a problem with people who have found themselves at that place in life, okay? I really do love all people, every shape and form, all walks of life. But I just, from my experience, I don't think it's wise to do that. And I don't want to put my potential friends, or associates, or clients and customers in a position where they're tempted to spend money that I would like them to spend on my business and increasing their Pokemon collection, their Pokemon battle strategies, their Pokemon art, okay? I don't think it's wise to put people in a position where on the same platform, with a couple clicks away, here we now have some, what I would say, immoral things going on that are tempting people to shell out all kinds of money to be a part of something that I do not support, quite frankly. But, let me know what you guys think, if you think that's a good idea, if you guys would subscribe to my OnlyFans for Pokemon-related business content, maybe some mentoring. Let me know, okay, in the comments here, and we'll kind of go from there. I'm gonna, a lot of this stuff is with my Pokemon business, I'm going to wait and see what you guys say. I'm going to try a lot of new things, but I really am curious and I'm an open-hearted individual. So I really will take your words into consideration as long as I can, as long as I have the time to be reading your comments and responding to them, which I am planning on making time specifically for that and those things. Then yeah, I can hear from you guys and I can kind of cater my business towards the demand of the Pokemon community because you guys are awesome. You guys are really a great group of individuals, and that is something I do support. And so that's my plan today. I also plan on putting my gigantic 171 card collection online. I think I'm going to start with Toad, Troll and Toad, and eBay. I'm also posting stuff on my Instagram. I think I'm going to do one card a day just to kind of just do the slow roll with that. TikTok, I've never used TikTok in my life. I was 30 years old, never used it. Just like maybe this morning I popped on and just kind of saw a couple of videos. But I'm going to make, slower, like more like a drip fed content system for those two things, for the Instagram and the TikTok. My Twitter, or X is what it's called now, that also is something I haven't had any, or if I have any, very, very, very little experience with at all. So basically I made all these different social medias to just have a larger online presence. I do plan on making a website. But from my experience building my music business, that absolutely tanked, you guys, completely failed. I lost my laptop, I lost everything. But I learned that, typically you pay a subscription fee monthly to start your own website, okay? And so right now I pretty much have zero capital for that, and so that's why my website isn't being developed currently. So as soon as I have the money to pay for my website, that will be up. As soon as I have the money to pay for my goodness gracious, to pay for the AI apps that I'm using, then I'm also probably going to be using an AI chat assistant to help me just get access to information faster in an ever-changing, fast-paced world. So those are my plans today, you guys. I will show you this card that's just looking at me right now. It's really got good vibes. I am trying to emulate this Pokemon today. Let me know what you guys think. Bam. That's my energy for today going into this, right? He's got the crown. He's got some blueberries that he's eating. Never, ever enough. You said it, brother, or sister, whoever you are. But yeah, this Greedent EX card, will be available if you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments. I am doing this to turn a small profit, but like honestly, I'm super into the common and uncommon cards too, from like a perspective of somebody who's interested in actually playing the Pokemon trading card game. I think every card is very, very valuable, okay? And thank God for TCG. I think that's awesome that we're able to get single cards like that. And so, basically, if you guys want to support me, I'm making that available. But sure, if you're an expert collector and stuff, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing yet. So if you find cards cheaper somewhere else, by all means, do that. But if you want to support me, by all means, do that. So I'm gonna put my stuff available today, you guys. You guys can check on my collection if there's any cards you want to buy. I have a Pikachu V from Brilliant Stars, full art holo. I have an Inteleon V, full art holo. I have that Greedent EX card, and then so I have some common and uncommon. And I'm gonna kind of go in when I post on Instagram and stuff, why do I think, personally, why does Dark Scar think that this card is valuable from a Pokemon trading card game perspective, right? And so I'm really looking to add value in a market where I see little to none. Energy cards, I believe, are very, very valuable, okay? Even the Pokemon card wrappers, you guys, that the packs come in, I have plans for those. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, maybe if you've been to Mexico or Jamaica or any of the little micro islands in the sea out there, or some of these other cultures, right? I remember going on cruises when I was younger and seeing These ladies, these African ladies, I believe, would make purses out of Capri Suns. They were literally making like bracelets, I think, and wallets out of like literally like the juice packs that we just throw away in America. So I think I'm gonna be doing some stuff like that with my old booster pack wrappers. I have some other ideas too. Not to give everything away, you guys. I really do have a lot of neat, novel ideas for my Pokemon business. Trading cards are part of it. I do plan on getting my reseller's license, just to let you guys know. But from my knowledge, you have to have a little bit of a track record of selling Pokemon products to get your reseller's license. So if anyone has more information on that, feel free to share it. My name is Dark Pokey Scar. Okay, it's a wonderful day. It's a blessing again to be a part of this Pokemon community, and I look forward to interacting with some of you and really seeing what this year has to offer for all of us. I know a lot of y'all are killing it. You guys have amazing collections, and what I would say to you collectors is like, have you ever thought about getting into the tournaments? Like, let's really blow this thing up in 2024 and start attending more and more Pokemon events. I plan on throwing my own Dark Pokey Scar tournaments here in Colorado Springs where I live. For now, I might do some stuff up in Denver or Boulder. And as time goes on, we'll just get bigger and bigger and more expansive together. And so, but yeah, I really say to all you collectors, like, let's battle, like, let's see who the champion is, right? Like, you may have the most amazing collection ever, but can you back it up as a trainer? Come on. And we can maybe do some things where we're competing for cards. I'd love to see PokeRev and Unlisted Leaf and these other big players. Lionheart, however you pronounce that, brother. Any of you guys, like, let's start battling each other. And then, like, you guys are in such a better position than me for the time being. And I love that. I'm so supportive of what you guys are doing. Let's make this interesting, like, let's battle with our pocket monsters and like maybe make some product available that would otherwise not be available, right? Like maybe some really sought after stuff. I know I will be doing that with my own personal collection as time goes on. I'm trying, and we'll see how this goes, to kind of niche out a little bit on the darker side of Pokemon. I think it's cool. I love that, especially with like stuff I've heard about like the Mirror World and like Paradox stuff where Jesse and James actually end up being heroes a lot of the time. So I think it's all fun and games. I think art is a very viable place, a useful place to release kind of the darker side, quote unquote, of humanity, right? It's there. And I think it's a very fun and healthy way to kind of project some of that energy into art. Personally, I've done that a lot with music. I know over the years, I've been producing electronic dance music for around 12 or 13 years. And, there were days that I was upset, that I was bent out of shape, you name it. And some of the best songs I've ever written happened on those days. If you guys want an example of that, you can go to Cloud Language on SoundCloud.com or Apple Music or Audius has better sound quality. I love Audius. And I have a song called Alto Cumulus, named after a type of cloud. If you listen to that song, Alto Cumulus, I actually wrote that song when I was pretty upset. It was my birthday, my 29th birthday, and I was kind of having a rough time. I was living in my van at the time in Boulder, Colorado. I was working as a dishwasher and a cook. I was working at BJ's and Qdoba, and then I was sleeping in my car because rent is so high. And then on the weekends, and whenever I could, honestly, I was going to the library at the university of what is that even called? But whatever college is in Boulder. Sorry guys, it's escaping me right now. I'm so focused on Pokemon. But yeah, I would go to, it's called Norland Library, and I would go upstairs and plug my laptop in, and I would produce dance music, right, in a library with my headphones on. And that's the best I could do at the time, and you guys let me know what you think about that song. I actually love it. I do plan on kind of putting my own music in the background of some of my videos for some of my reels on Instagram and things like that. So let me know, guys. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to just meet you and say, I see you, trainer, right? To any of you. So, let's collaborate, let's share ideas, let's really make this thing something that the future generation, that's what one more thing I'll say, that the future generation get into. So, I'm building my entire business around the idea that in around 25 years, the 50th Pokemon anniversary is going to happen. So, from my perspective, there's people who maybe are 0 years old right now, they haven't been born yet, who are going to be in their mid-20s at the 50th anniversary. And I'm going to do like the great Willy Wonka. I will try and pass my business on. So I'm basically planning on holding out for 25 years. I'm planning on doing this for the next 25 years and then selling my business to some younger, or not, you don't have to be younger, but just my idea is that there's a whole generation that hasn't even been born yet that, if we continue to love Pokemon, are going to be just as into it as we are, and they're going to have a massive array of generations and options and games. If we start saving all our stuff, save your DS game, save your 3DS game, save your Nintendo Switch, save your Nintendo Switch games, because there will be a day when all of that stuff is quote unquote vintage and worth a lot of money. And more than money, it's gonna inspire people and get people to love Pokemon for the same reasons we do, right? Humanity is growing, you guys, and so it's amazing. I think we're all amazing people. I literally believe every single human being on this earth is absolutely outstanding and amazing, and that's true. And so I just plan on helping as much as I can. It's part of the reason I'm interested in this. As a dishwasher, I will never be able to acquire the income that I believe is necessary to be generous and charismatic and to help people along the way, right? Enlightened. My friend told me, you lighten the load, okay? Once you kind of see what's going on, you learn, oh, I can actually help lift some of the burden off of others in life, and you lighten the load. You are enlightened, and so it's your job maybe to lighten the load of others, okay? And I have some people that I listen to, one person in specific who has my heart, and I listen to his words, and I take them into my heart, and I store them in my treasure chest in my heart, because his words mean so much to me. But that's a different topic for another time. So, Dark Pokescar, I love you guys. Shoots. Peace out. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Feel free to reach out. And, look for me on Instagram, on Facebook, on TCG Player, on, Twitter, any of the social medias. Just kind of search my name. I am a teeny tiny little guy in this industry right now. I have nothing. Like I said, I've made 0 sales. I got nothing but love for the Pokemon industry and all of the people included. So I will see you guys when I see you. Have a wonderful day. Dark Pokescar out.